guys, it's your girl Aisha at KGeekXX Chic, and we are back with another reaction to Gen V. We're now into episode 4, which is called The Whole Truth. So the last episode was kind of all about Marie kind of figuring out this crazy song and dance that she's now become a part of as far as Vought, and this whole covering up the situation with Golden Boy, but also kind of trying to push her into the spotlight without really getting to know anything about her, holding things back from her, like the fact that they knew where her sister is, all that kind of good stuff. And her kind of starting to realize that, okay, this is not exactly what I thought it was going to be. Like, she's aware of the fact that she's being used. And at first, I think she thought she could be okay with it, but she's really starting to kind of feel gross and really feel the after effects of being someone's puppet. And in the wake of all of that, she kind of comes across Kate and Jordan, who are basically just talking about how much everything sucks with the whole Vought situation, with the parents, with the sponsorships, just the overall fakeness of this whole situation when real stuff is happening, like Luke's death. And they end up all kind of bonding over the fact that having powers is hard, and all the things that come along with it are really, really hard. And this is kind of a good thing because they were all kind of at odds. They were actually all at odds, because I forgot that Kate and Jordan kind of had beef because Jordan was kind of more upset about Brink's death than he was, or than they were Luke's death. But anyways, they were all kind of at opposite corners, but now they've kind of bonded over the fact that they mutually realize that this situation sucks and that something weird is going on. On the other side of things, Andre sent our dear sweet Emma on a mission to infiltrate this facility underneath the school to see if she could find Sam, and if so, get some intel, figure out what's going on there and how possibly to get him out. And in the meantime, his father has been wondering what's going on with him because he's been missing appointments, he's been withdrawn and acting strange. And finally, Andre's like, look, I'm trying to tell you that I'm not okay since Luke died, and here's why. And he starts to talk about the facility, and his father basically shuts it down and lets him know that, hey, we can't talk about that, drop it. But right after this, we notice that down in the facility, which kind of dovetails into Emma had a bit of a rough time last episode, just kind of reeling over everyone finding out about her issue and also clearly having a very toxic relationship with her mother. But she takes on this mission that Andre gave her because she finally feels like her powers are going to be used for something good. And she gets in, she meets Sam, and they actually have, a really good connection. They're connecting. There's a little bit of a chemistry there, some sparks, but somehow they are tipped off to the fact that she's in there. They send in some guards to start searching the rooms. Sam is incapacitated, and really he tells Emma to hide, but Emma, when she sees that Sam's being tortured, she just can't. So she ends up taking out a guard as a mini woman, as her little micro self. But we see that just as she's kind of stepping out of this man's brain, quite literally, more guards come in. So who knows what'll happen? I mean, I guess they very well could capture her, but let's hope not. I want to hope that she's okay. And I'm looking at this thumbnail, and I think they've already kind of spoiled that she's going to be all right. So I'm excited to get into this episode and see what comes next for our group. I'm ready for things to come together and for them to start figuring out what the heck is going on with these woods. All right. So without further ado, let's get into the episode. But just before I do, a reminder that I do reactions here to all kinds of shows, this one and many others included, like The Boys, which is the originator of this series. If you'd like to support me on this journey, watch me watch this, or if there's any other shows you're interested in watching me and following me on, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And if you like this video, please show some love to that like button and leave some comments below. Let me know what you're thinking, what you're feeling. What is going on? I want to hear all of it. All right, that out of the way, guys, let's get into the episode right about now. Oh, do I want to know? Okay. You never know with this show.
Sam's stronger than Golden Boy ever was. I don't know how to contain someone like that.
That's painfully obvious.
Oh, my guy saved his Emma! Yes! Y'all deserved it. Ooh, a little evisceration there.
I want the whole security team on this.
Well, half of them are dead.
Yes, they are. What is that? A shoe. Oh, Emma, honey. They're going to find you. They're going to know because of your YouTube channel.
It looks like a meteor crashed here.
Maybe Sam can jump like Maeve does? He landed here with Emma and then jumped again.
What were you thinking?
He had to do something.
You didn't do anything. And of all people, you went to Emma?
I mean, she did it, kind of. She did do it.
Andre's number 1, you're 2, I'm still 5. Wow.
That's important right now?
Rankings? Really? We got bigger fucking problems.
Thank you! Timing, Jordan!
If Brink was,
No if.
maybe other professors, maybe Dean Shetty.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are gonna get a green van and a talking dog and fucking solve it?
Hey, Scooby-Doo rocks!
The lost girl who's in deep shit?
Mm-hmm.
Her name is Emma.
Yes, respected.
This girl could be dead, Andre. We are in over our heads.
Are you? Maybe you just need to start working together. How about that? Let's put our heads together. I'm sure between all of you got a brain.
Are you okay? Did I squash you?
His big wide eyes with all the carnage he just inflicted.
I think I must have swallowed something when I went through that guy's head.
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't throw up again, though, because you'll disappear.
You have a
Little brain on ya.
piece of eardrum on your shoulder.
Ah. Don't throw up. Good girl. Just wipe it off. Just brush it off like dandruff.
I killed that guy.
You did, but he deserved it.
He was a sadistic asshole. Does that make you feel any better?
It will eventually.
You need help.
Oh no, there's only one person who can help. I gotta get a hold of Luke.
Yeah. You're gonna have to break that.
Your brother died.
I know I make weird jokes, but that's a really.
No, she wouldn't joke about that, hun.
What are you talking about? Nothing could kill Luke. He's too strong.
Killed himself.
Wait,
He kind of needs to know the truth. Oh, okay. Yeah. He needs. Okay. Remember, I'm tiny when you're destroying the place, please. Like a matchbox will take me out right now. Ooh, superhero landing. Well done.
I'm here, Sam.
Don't squish me, please.
I won't.
you will.
No, can I have a sandwich, though?
I'll fuck up somehow. Everybody always leaves me.
Aw, pumpkin. Luke didn't leave you on purpose, I don't think.
Every mystery, scattered clues.
Not fought plus. I hate you guys.
This whole
No
case
respect.
is a rabbit hole into the unknown, and I won't stop plunging its depths until I get them.
Yeah, thank you, because I could not keep a straight face through that. That is such a deep line,
I mean, what?
right? I can't even take myself seriously.
It's slit a sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit.
Ooh, that's awesome. I couldn't do that. I can barely do the Peter Piper pick a pipple, whatever it is.
Strange how many of your subjects end up dead or beaten into comas.
Weird.
I myself have nothing to hide.
Are you sure about that? Small bead of sweat on your brow, adrenaline seeping from your pores, and you're ovulating, by the way.
None of your business.
You must be.
What has Ashley told you?
You mean, did she tell me that Golden Boy killed Brink in a misguided attempt to rescue his
That
friend?
part, maybe, yeah?
It's our job to make sure no one else knows.
How do you intend to do that?
Well, the usual misdirection, obfuscation, find a patsy and destroy their life.
Ooh,
You're gonna blame an innocent.
obfuscation.
I'm gonna Johnny Depp someone so hard they're gonna want to crawl into a hole and die.
God damn.
I would love to chat with Golden Boy's brother.
That's gonna be a problem.
Sam, is it? A full list of Golden Boy's classmates, girlfriends, fuckboys, a couple of reflectors from the film department. Fucking Roy forgot our bounces.
Of course, it's all about looking good while you do it. This guy's dangerous. I don't like him. He's cocky, but not dumb. And if he makes Indira nervous, I don't like it. Fuck. Yeah, I agree.
I don't know where Emma is, and I don't know what to do. And I might also be a tiny bit high as fuck.
So her power is only through her hands.
And my dad knows about the woods, what they're doing. And he told me to drop it.
Maybe he's trying to protect you.
I would say that's probably it.
This whole time, he was mixed up in all this.
I think it's not necessarily, may not have been his choice. Because that's the only thing you learn about Vought is that very little things are done by choice.
I heard you're a psychic.
Yeah. Telepathy, astral projection,
Oh,
clairvoyance.
look at you
and
just rolling out the red carpet.
Marie,
Yeah, that's not
I'm
clairvoyance.
fucking with you.
Right?
You're ranked second. Everyone knows.
I was about to say, honey.
Or there are other ways you can thank me.
Right. This was a mistake.
Hey, come on, I'm fucking with you.
Are you? I saw the way you looked at her.
Is she okay?
She looks rough, and she's with some dude. Come closer. I need a stronger connection.
You made it creepy. Doesn't help that you kind of look like Homelander. This man did not just bring you into his mind palace.
Fuck off. I'm busy.
Open this goddamn door.
Jordan knew he was going to do this. Good. Break it. Good. 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 You deserve that shit. Wow. How many people has he done that to? You really waited that long though, Jordan?
Are you okay? That was fucking dope. How'd you do that?
She doesn't know.
The guy's like walking Rufenol, blowing pheromones on anyone who gets too close. Fuck him. What were you thinking? Asking him for help?
How would she know?
What happened to you don't owe anyone anything and to leave you the fuck alone?
Maybe
So I was lying.
Maybe you're full of shit. You know I'm right. You're just scared.
Mm.
If he finds out what you're doing, you're lucky you end up in prison. He fucks people up.
Since when do you care about anyone not named Jordan?
Facts.
Fine. Next time I won't rescue you then.
She rescued herself.
I exploded his dick.
She did that.
Tag team cocksplosion. Alright?
Fucking weirdo.
I'm glad we're all good now in your weird little way. I'm so happy that he can't use that ever again.
Thistle, baby bees, bravely buzzing around the buoyant.
I'm with you, Andre. Like, can we get this over with before I literally eat myself out the window?
Andre and his father, superhero and God you trustee.
Oh, he's a
Hilarity.
trustee.
Join us now.
That's why he knows.
Well, that must have been hard for you, knowing that you never beat him.
No, it's fine.
Fine.
Going on as Jordan masculine.
I loved him.
You gave your whole life to him. You're one of the most powerful heroes on campus.
Her whole life, they were dating.
I was gonna be his manager. We were gonna spend our lives
Yeah,
together.
that's not
Which
throwing your
raises
life
the
away.
question, how did you not know he was this disturbed?
I don't know. How does no one know that you smell like ass?
It kills me that I missed it.
Take that glove off. I take your fucking hand off.
I'm sorry.
What did he say to you just before he died?
So he's aware of all their powers?
How long have you been eating Golden Boy's girlfriend's whole? Is that why he blew himself up?
What do you mean?
You wanted what
How long ago was that? Did you not wash your body?
you found out about you and Kate cracked.
No, that didn't happen until.
So it did happen.
Why did you confirm, you dumb boy? But also, did you not wash?
No, you get treated like a god here. What kind of heroes do fucking chicken shit to do anything heroic? Fuck this.
But seriously, did Andre not watch? This is bothering me. You should not have someone's scent on you like 2 days later.
Whenever I say something nice, your voice gets all twisty, like it isn't true.
Because she's got esteem issues.
And then my superpower's puking. It's embarrassing,
I'm not the best judge for what's humiliating. I used to put stuff up my butt for money.
What?
I was about to say, you've been locked up your whole life, sir. What's going on?
And honestly, after what you did for me, I would eat your puke.
Oh, no. Too far.
You are sick.
I know! Multiple mental hospitals.
Sam's a charmer.
I know you're cool. That's why I'm positive you'll leave.
Trust me, I got nowhere to go.
Oh, man. Not these two people with deep esteem issues. Maybe not the best combo, even though I kind of ship it.
No, like a triple nipple, except it's a quadruple nipple.
What a nipple?
It means 50.
I can live with that.
I mean, you could feed millions. I don't know. That's a good thing.
Into it.
She is a freak.
I guess that was just us together.
Oh, that was kind of creepily obsessive.
Hey, is there more of
I feel like he's never probably had
The fair warning.
any kind of romantic anything if he's been institutionalized since he was 12. So just give him some space, Emma. He's feeling it, but he has no idea what to do with it.
Shut up!
Interesting. I don't know if that was him or if it's actually something they're doing, because I feel like they're going to do something in case he broke out again. There has to be like a tracker or something they can put out there to try to find him again.
Your roommate's Emma, right? She's the one who gets small.
Why?
Have you seen her recently?
Oh, she, stays the night at this guy Austin's place every night.
I'm just checking she's okay.
Yeah, you
She
care.
missed a few classes. It's no big deal.
Sure. Played it off pretty well. Good job.
We are fortunate to have a guest lecturer who revolutionized
God.
the field in superhero.
Not this guy.
My journey to 4 blockbusters, 6 People's Choice, began in this very...
Please, I beg, Marie, just drain this man's head of all of its blood immediately, please.
I will need a volunteer.
Not on your life.
Marie Moreau,
No.
Guardian of Godolphin. So,
He killed himself. I've told this story a lot.
but not the whole story. Professor Brink only admitted students with impeccable qualifications into crime.
Oh, close body language.
He was going to expel you, wasn't he?
No.
Pretty convenient that he was deep fried that very same day. Were you in on it with Luke?
No.
I've known him for 2 days.
I saw Luke and I fucking ran. And the only reason I'm still alive is because Jordan Lee held him off long enough for me to get away. Jordan's the hero.
Period. Drain him of every last drop. Every last drop. I'd be like, and this is how you kill somebody from the outside.
I asked you to leave the top 5 alone.
Digging for the truth is a rush. Ah, it's better than sex.
Yeah, well, it's probably because you're terrible at it.
I shouldn't go after the top 5. They could be real earners. You, on the other hand, are just a... Well, you're just a human.
Okay.
What about Sam escaping from the woods? Wait till Vaught finds out. I'd say taking the fall for Golden Boy is getting off easy.
Someone has to make this man's head explode.
Thanks for all your help.
Not me kind of rooting for Indira. I'm wondering what else he can do besides his super perception. Clearly he just has heightened senses from what I can see.
Hey, man, can we talk?
please, no.
Puppet from the deep.
Can't run forever, you know.
Yeah, buddy, they're gonna find you.
So...
Just leave me alone, television's Jason Ritter.
That's so meta. I love Jason Ritter, by the way. I loved his daddy, too. Oh, my gosh. No, I was going to say, this reminds me, Noir. So was Noir in the woods? Was he the first experiment? Because Noir had these types of hallucinations.
You know who hurt you? He hurts everyone in the woods.
Dr. Cardosa.
You know what you have to do.
His skills are so wrong.
Just shut up, television Jason Ritter!
You have to kill him!
I love that they're calling him television Jason Ritter. Forever. Forever, this is him.
Shut up! Shut up! Stop!
Sam?
Is he actually crazy, or did they do this to him?
What do you mean? Who's him?
Dr. Cardosa, haven't you been listening? He's dangerous and I have to stop him.
That TV is not on.
Well, who's Dr. Cardosa, Sam?
He heard me. He heard me and he... Just stop, please! Stop! Stop!
Sam!
They have messed with him. Oh, he can jump like Maeve. Confirmed. She's like, you just left me here. Thanks. I can't do that. I can't bound away. Did someone fix the sign or... Nope. Nope. Still a big gaping hole in the crotch. That was petty.
You think anyone will know it was me?
Probably. Does she know that the whole world's about to know that you guys have been banging?
I didn't ask you to do that.
Yeah, you did.
You did, actually.
Several fucking
Like, just
times.
literally last episode.
But I didn't want you to. You keep doing the dumb thing.
Fuck.
She's 18. What do you want from
You're
her?
welcome. My angle is that sometimes people don't have an angle. Sometimes they're just actual human beings.
Yeah, she's been in the Vought machine too long already. It's okay, Jordan. Oh. That quick change would be really, really disconcerting in some ways. Just like, can you give me a minute to adjust?
Sorry, that's not what you meant.
Could be.
No.
But Jordan's kind of a hoe. Okay, I guess no one cares about him anymore. Oh! Well, never mind.
A lot is happening.
You think dragging me to a secluded area for a blowy is going to save you?
Oh, ew. I choke on small bones.
You have a small tumor in your brain.
Oh.
You also know it's the cause of your, shall we say, unusual proclivity.
What's that?
Oh.
Oh, God. Do we want to know? Okay, that's not the worst. I thought it'd be worse. Okay, if it's an orifice, he's on it.
Yeah, what is it with skull fucking?
It's an orifice. What was with the music, by the way?
When we broadcast you despoiling every single hole you come across.
I mean, he'd probably go up in ratings, to be fair. I mean, do you see what they're celebrating Homelander right now?
There's nothing to find at God you or with me. Nothing to tell Vought and no reason to stay. Long as you're off.
Seemed too easy.
It's easier to probe the dark hole of conspiracy and accept a tragedy with no meaning or motive.
Who writes this?
Godolkin University remains as resilient as ever. And Eden, for the young...
Keep focused! Thank you. God.
give me a few minutes alone.
No, the tree did nothing. The tree doesn't deserve this. Nature does not deserve to be defiled.
Home.
I feel like this guy deserves to be punched into oblivion, though. He did a spinal tap without any anesthesia.
Whatever you need, I can get for you. Okay? Just let my family go, please.
They're not. You can't have her!
Go. You don't have to do this, okay?
Kind of do. Oh, they did bring him.
I escaped and you caught me. You one of them!
We didn't know who you were then. Sam, let us help you.
No! You are not touching me again. Take it the fuck!
Oh, yeah, that's right. She did do that, and he remembers.
No, they're not!
What is this problem?
Really? That's not the time to say that. Yeah. Oh, shit. Ew. I mean, cool, but gross. It works both ways? Damn, Jordan. Well, so much for his wow, you can take a beating too. This V is some special stuff. Oh my God, it works both ways.
Let me go!
Sam, you're all right. I'm here. You're okay.
Wherever we go, we promise we're in this together.
Sam, we're gonna make this right. I promise.
I never thought about it working both ways. What happened? Her face like, oh, this happened. Yeah, what happened though? How did we get here? Sir, come on. You can't just stop Missy Elliott like that because she's a queen. The end, oh my God, the endings always just leave you mind scrambled for a minute because why do we need that and what happened and why didn't she, hold on, why didn't we get to hear her finish that sentence? Hold on. So weird, okay. So it wasn't just me. I was like, let me just make sure I didn't glitch out because what happened to the end? All right, well, guys, that was episode 4. And Tech was kind of scary, but I also feel like that's not the end of Tech. Although I'm not sure what's going on there with seeing the ending. Maybe it is. Okay, so we got to get some background on Sam in this episode. Finally, we had he lost it when he saw that, and I kind of predicted that would happen, that once he saw that Emma stood up for him and risked, everything really to protect him when he told her to run, that he was going to use that as an impetus to break out, which he did, because he is crazy strong, as we can see. Literally punched his way through everyone, and he knew all the codes. Apparently he knew all the security codes to the doors, so he had a way out, but he clearly wasn't leaving, mostly because, as you can see, there's a lot going on up here for him. And I don't know, like the whole television's Jason Ritter and the Sesame Street puppets. Oh my God. If you watch The Boys, you know that we've seen similar types of animation in there with Noir in particular, but Noir would have been way before Godolkin, I believe. I'd have to go back to episode 1 to find out if they said when Godolkin was established, but Noir's been around since the 60s, right? So he would have been pre-Godolkin, probably this facility, but that does not mean that the mind control or the experiments that they're doing just started there. Like they probably started a long time ago and have been perfected as time goes on. But now that makes me think of every single person who's been through Godolkin has this conditioning, which would make sense because Vought would not want anything they can't fully control. Yeah, I think that might be it. Maybe and I'm thinking the people who were like less resistant to the woods just kind of went through probably a very short term and got put back into the system. But those who resisted it were kept behind. So I feel like probably what happened with Sam and with Luke is that Luke did better in the program and he was put out. But of course, he must have known that Sam was there, and that's probably what caused a little bit of a ripple. But then Sam, because they say that he was bipolar, but again, I don't know if that's actually true or if that's because of what Vaught's been doing to him. But either way, if his brain does not work the way that the masses do, it's very possible that that's why this conditioning is not taking the way that it's supposed to or the way that they expected. And because of that, they keep him there as a control to figure out how to break other soups that might be like him. Because that would make sense, right? If you get an anomaly in a program that's been working for decades, you're going to want to figure out how to break that or fix it so that you don't have this issue with every other anomaly that comes along. So this is just me purely speculating, but I feel like that could potentially be what's going on. But anyhow, he and Emma end up at this place that him and Luke used to go to. They basically talk about, they just have some fun banter. It's very light, very funny. Sam is actually very charming. Buddy's clearly got a lot going on. And he's basically hyping up Emma, saying like, hey, you saved me, like you're brave. I'm looking up to you. And of course, Emma's like poo-pooing it away. And he's very astute. He says like, why do you always brush off? Like whenever I tell you anything nice about yourself, you turn around and you act like it's not true. And, again, we know this as an audience that Emma clearly is struggling with esteem issues, but she kind of lets him know that, yeah, like I don't feel that way, right? She's like, my superpower is not cool. Like it's not something that is interesting. And now that we know this, I'm going to get to Emma, but now that we know about more of her power, I have more theories around this, the making herself sick to be small. But anyhow, they have some conversations and basically Emma's like, I'm not going to leave you. Like, as he says, now that because you're good, because you're someone amazing, you're going to leave me because everyone leaves me. And of course, I think he's talking about Luke, but also I'm wondering where his parents are in this equation, right? Like, I think they probably told him. I wouldn't be surprised if Indira or whoever else is running this facility told Sam that his parents gave up on him or walked away, and God knows they probably think that he's dead too. So he's just thinking everyone who loved me or everyone that I thought or looked up to has left me, so why wouldn't you? And of course he's internalized that, as anyone would if that's been happening to him since childhood. And Emma and him kind of sadly trauma bonded over that, about their low self-esteem and feeling like people don't appreciate them. But anyways, Emma then says, look, whatever happens, I'm going to be with you. Like, I'm not going to leave you alone, just like I didn't leave you alone in the cell. And so Sam seems to be good with that until, of course, he has a bit of a break. And again, I don't know how much this is actually Sam causing these, or if there's something else in the conditioning that's happened, or if there's something else that maybe they're doing on a higher level to try to get to him. I don't know, because we know that when it comes to Vought, they've got all kinds of nonsense and science out there, so I don't know. But considering that Indira didn't seem to know where Sam is, I'm thinking that she isn't doing anything directly. But again, depending on how long Sam has been in there and what he's been exposed to, clearly it's having an after effect and he still isn't quite over it. So we've got this situation now where he sees television's Jason Ritter. I'm going to call him that forever. Television has to preface Jason Ritter's name for eternity, guys. It's got to happen. You know what I love about it too is that if his dad was still alive, he'd probably be loving this. But anyways, I love John Ritter, guys. I love John Ritter so much. If you don't know who John Ritter is, look him up. He was an amazing actor and comedian, but I digress. When he has this break in the place that they're at, he just it just works him up, right? All of his fears, all of his issues, all the people who've hurt him, including this doctor that we saw spinal tapping him last episode. He's like, we got to stop them. Like, the only way I can make sure that I can never have to worry about going back is if I take out the people who put me there. And his line of thinking is not wrong, but he has absolutely no plan and no idea how to execute it, right? Like, obviously he can smash this man to death, but it's not that simple, right? He doesn't really understand how high this chain actually goes. So anyway, he takes off, and we find out that he can bound across massive amounts of space, just like Maeve does. And interestingly, we find out too from, was it Mendoza? Oh no, it was Indira, who said that Sam was more powerful than Golden Boy ever was. And we saw that Golden Boy was pretty freaking crazy, right? Like, he was able to take out pretty much everyone in that school at that time. So the fact that Sam is stronger than him is insane. So anyway, so he bounds off, and we see that he ends up at the doctor's house. And when he gets there, you see he's kind of having a break. Like, he really is breaking down. He didn't hurt the family, so he's not completely out of it. Like, he's not completely lost control. But as soon as he sees Mendoza, we see that he starts to escalate, you know, the agitation, everything. So it does come off and does seem like he's having a manic episode. But like I said, without knowing what Vought did to him, I don't think at this point we can really say yes or no that him being bipolar. Right? Again, he might be, and maybe they've exacerbated it. But like I said, for now, I feel like it's a gray area. But anyway, before we get into kind of what happens at the end, we'll dovetail into Marie. Actually, let's talk about Tak a little bit. Like, Tak, I don't know if he's a one and done. He was an interesting character if he is, either way. But he comes in, he's a celebrity. He's obviously gone through the movie program at God U. And he now has a show that's all about cracking mysteries that have to do with soups. And he is there basically, most likely at Vaught's behest, to kind of figure out what's going on, but more importantly, to kind of make sure that this whole Golden Boy thing goes away. Like, we hear him tell Indira, it's still, you know, everything, all the social media is still asking about it. Vought wants this to be gone. Like, why is this not gone? So he's here to basically shift the spotlight onto a potential blame, you know, someone they can blame, someone they can point a finger at. And since Marie was supposed to be that person and now she's gone, they need something else. So he basically shows us that, like I said, we didn't get any specifications of his powers, but I'm going to say, based on what I saw, that he's got heightened senses, like sense of his vision, his hearing, his sense of smell, and he's also very perceptive. So because of all these things, he's able to put together things around body language that let him know if someone's lying, for example, or he can smell someone's, you know, body fluids from days ago. Like, he's clearly got extreme senses, and he just basically uses that along with a lot of, you know, mind screwery to like get to people and get them to say things they didn't mean to say, etc., etc. So anyway, he basically says he wants to find out what happened and get some more like dirt on the whole situation with Golden Boy so that they can finally get this, you know, this thing put to bed. Indira tells him to stay away from her top 5 because she wants basically to keep an eye on them. And also, I think, is she's thinking they're going to be moneymakers for Vought, which is really what this university is all about, right? Is to create more soups for the Vought machine. But he basically is like, I'm going to do what I want situation. So he goes and he has his interviews with everybody. And, you know, he stirs up a little trouble there, but it's not enough for him. He's like, no, there's got to be something bigger and better. And so he goes into the classroom where, you know, the remaining of the top 5 are there, with the exception of Andre, but he's already already interviewed him. And he gets Marie on the spot because he wants to find out from her what the real story is and not the scripted one from their first media interview. And of course, he's able to read her body language. Marie has no idea how to fake this guy out, right? She doesn't know. So of course, he reads her like a book, and she basically tells half-truth Well, no, she actually admits that, yes, she was going to be expelled. But then she also says, yes, Jordan is the one who did all the work. I didn't do anything. I ran. It is what it is. And, she says it, yes, because she's busted. But I think she also never felt good about lying about Jordan. We saw that even before the interview, that she was considering telling the truth. But then, of course, the whole whammy of her sister was thrown in. So that kind of changed her perspective. But yeah, from what we've seen, Marie seems to have a baseline of being good or doing the right thing. So anyways, Ted gets that out of her, but he realizes that it's still not going to be enough to really, do anything, because now it just makes it seem like she's a good person for telling the truth and that she was on, what I'm saying? Like, he can't spin this in a way that's going to make Marie look bad. It makes Jordan look even better. And, Andre is still untouchable. So it's like he really wouldn't be able to use any of them. But then he turns around and tells Indira that I'm going to pin it on you instead, since you're the leader here. And he basically is like, once they find out about Sam, it's going to be a wrap. It's easy. I get my little pat in the head and it's all good. But he underestimated Indira. He greatly underestimated Indira, because Indira is a fixer and she's not a soup to our knowledge. But one thing we know about these fixers, like we've seen with Ashley, like we've seen with Madeline, is that they find ways to maneuver around these soups. Like Indira's clearly been doing this for a while, and you don't play with soups unless you have a game plan. And that game plan doesn't have to have powers, right? Because if there's one thing we've seen, especially from the boys, is that not all soups are smart. In fact, a lot of them are pretty damn dumb. So as long as you've got a really good, brain up here and it works quite well, you can effectively get your way around soups to a degree, because a lot of these soups care about the foo-for-all and all the, the hullabaloo of media and representation, etc. So, and this guy especially, like his whole career is based on his reputation. So she went for his jugular. She's like, okay, here's the situation. You're going to leave. You're going to leave my top 5 alone. Otherwise, I'm going to publish the fact that not only do you have this medical issue, which I'm assuming the medical issue probably is something Vought doesn't know about yet, but also the fact that he has let's call it an interesting fetish. So he realizes his career will be over and that Vought will definitely drop him like a hot potato if it gets out. So he decides to back off. But it's an interesting thing. Like I said, I don't know if it's really the end of him, but considering he chose to violate a, hand dryer, maybe it is. I don't know. I mean, if he doesn't have long to live anyways, maybe he's going to say whatever. But anyway, so we'll see what happens with that. But I think it was interesting, the fact that he was able to stir up some truths and poke some holes in some of the students while he was there. Like I do think his character, if nothing else, was just there to stir the pot for our characters, which he did. That stirring of the pot kind of dovetails into Marie this episode and Jordan. Their stories kind of combined. We see that Marie and Jordan aren't exactly getting along right now, right? Jordan's still upset with Marie for not telling the truth, but obviously after last episode, they're not really like anti-Marie anymore. And then we see that Marie is desperate to find Emma because she hasn't come back, and she thinks that obviously the whole mission thing was crazy. But so she goes to someone she found out on campus is a psychic. Apparently he can find people or do whatever. But it turns out he's also a disgusting pervert rapist as well. And so it looks like Jordan knew this, and it still bothers me that Jordan effectively was considering letting this happen to Marie. Like that's why I can't get down with the Jordan and Marie thing just yet, because effectively Jordan was going to let that happen because they knew the way they stopped and looked at that conversation long enough. And then when I saw what happened, I'm like, you knew, and you were literally considering letting that happen to her out of pettiness. I mean, in the end, yes, Jordan did show up prepared to stop it, but it shouldn't have gotten that far, right? They could have warned Marie, and Marie would have believed her, or, would have believed them. So anyway, we see that Marie ends up in a bad way, and she ends up using her bloodbending in a way that she's never used before. Very handy, by the way, and deserved. But honestly, like this show and penises, oh my gosh, the visuals that you're left with. Anyway, but yes, she takes care of him, and good. That's exactly what a man who does that deserves. But honestly, it makes me wonder why no one on campus has said or done anything about this before. Like that guy shouldn't have been still on campus after the first time he did that. But then after Marie comes clean and tells the truth, Jordan, of course, feels a lot differently, right? Because at this point, it actually is more meaningful that Marie told the truth, because Marie had everything to lose. Like, obviously, Tech was, hammering at her anyways, and probably would have made her look like she was sketchy, but Marie could have held to her story and just kept lying, right? Vought would have backed her up. So the fact that she did that, at least it's on the show now. But anyway, the fact that she did that, Jordan now recognizes that she really doesn't care that much about the positioning. She really just, like she said, I don't have an angle. I just felt bad about it. It was the right thing to do. Maybe not the best way for me to have done it, but I did it, kind of thing. And so Jordan liked it. They liked it enough that they decided to, get a little freaky with it. But anyways, and that kind of dovetails into Emma. Emma finally shows up after being gone most of the episode and lets them know that Sam is out rampaging. And that kind of sets them off towards the end. But before I get to the end, we'll talk very briefly about Andre and Kate. They were definitely in the background of this episode. Andre is reeling a bit because he was really surprised that his father knew about this place and, basically in his mind didn't do anything about it. And, we kind of hear that he had a bit of hero worship for his dad, thought his dad was the greatest guy ever. And then to find out that his dad has known about this place and done nothing is really just shattered his image of him. And so he's like, I don't know what to do with this information. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to be like him. And so Kate's just kind of like, she just basically comforts him this episode, really. So it does look like possibly her and Andre are going to become a thing sooner than later, because I thought maybe they're going to both agree that what happened was weird, but I definitely still feeling those kind of mildly coupley vibes from them. So we'll see what happens with them. But anyways, they do end up at the end finding Sam at Dr. Mendoza's, and Sam is still tweaking hard over everything. He's still very much in the middle of his break. And, the team shows up. But of course, Andre shows up and gets violent first right off the bat, to which I'm like, I don't think that's the right response, bro. I don't think throwing your telekinesis around is the right way to deal with somebody like this. But again, none of these kids really know how to handle people with mental health issues either. So anyways, they're trying to talk him down and they can see that Sam is not being coherent. And dumb Andre says, what's wrong with him? Literally the most judgmental thing ever. And insensitive thing ever to say. And understandably, Sam kind of smacks him. And like I said, I'm not mad at it, to be honest, because really, that's not the way. I don't have any type of licenses to deal with somebody with mental health issues either. But even I know that that's not the right thing to say. But digressing, the team's trying to get through to him, but he's really having a hard time. And then, of course, they try force, which is not the right thing to do with this kid because he's crazy strong. And then we find out that Emma's got another side to her power, which I feel dumb for not figuring out before this. I should have known that if she purges to get small and eats to get back to normal size, that if she says she gets a bit smaller with the more she purges, of course she should get bigger if she keeps eating. I never even thought of that. But because we've only ever seen her be small, but I guess that's even more terrifying. I wonder if she's known that the whole time. I feel like she did, but for whatever reason, why should she choose to be small? But that all kind of dovetails into the mentality behind it, right? Like I said in the last episode that I believe that her power is definitely an allegory for the emotional trauma and issues she's dealing with. I do think despite the fact that this is the way she accesses her powers, it is very much linked to her having the same things that usually contribute to an eating disorder. And the fact that she chooses to become small over becoming big, which would be much more advantageous to her if you think about it as far as superheroism goes, it says a lot about her mentality and where she's at and how she views herself, right? And it really came full circle for me today, the psychological link between her powers and how she accesses them and the way she's chosen to display them. Because like I said, now we know she could have been giant this whole time. She could have made herself big and imposing, and that would have automatically commanded quite a bit of respect from people. But she chose to be small, unseen, seemingly weak, almost something to be pitied or mocked because she didn't feel good enough. She feels small, so she chooses to be small. That's so sad. Oh, hashtag save Emma. Anyways, but yeah, she let that out today. She finally said, okay, I got to save Sam. So she ends up eating. And as she started doing it, I'm like, oh my God, she gets big. And she does. And looks like it doesn't seem to be a limit on how small she can get. So I guess there may not be a limit on how big she can get. Who knows? But she turns herself into giant Sasquatch Emma. And she apparently gets much stronger with that body mass, enough that she was able to hold Sam down. So that was what they needed to get him subdued. And she basically says to him, look, calm down. Whatever happens, we're going to do it together. Yeah, we go from there and we jump cut to back in the bedroom, back in the dorm. And we see Marie and she's with Jordan. Apparently they hooked up, but why doesn't she remember? Why did we get the cut? I need to know what happened. I'm scared. I don't know why we would suddenly jump back to that with no recollection or no because she seemed confused. She looked like she had no idea how Jordan got in her bed, but at the same time, she didn't look like it was crazy, like weird, like it shouldn't have happened, if that makes sense. So yeah, lots of questions about what happened there, and I guess we're gonna get the answers to that next episode. But this one was really cool. Again, I love seeing that we're learning more about Emma. I'm hoping that now going forward, we're gonna see a much more confident Emma going forward and really embracing herself. And yeah, I'm just kind of wondering what's going to happen next with this whole Woods situation, because now that they have Sam, at least I'm assuming they have Sam, they have a lot of questions and a lot of answers and a lot of probing and just figuring things out to do and figuring out how they're going to make their next steps once they get that info out of Sam, if they can, because he is still clearly dealing with a lot and he may not be able to give them anything without slipping back into his, his mental state. So that's pretty much it for this episode. Again, super fun to watch. I enjoyed it a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please go ahead and give some love to this video and also leave me some comments below. Let me know what's going on, and we will see you in the next video.